You're welcome to today's episode on TalkToMo. As always, my name remains Oladunjoye Omolayo. On today's episode, we will be talking about child molestation. Child molestation is something that has been rampant these days. We need to discuss how it affects our kids physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally. So on today's episode, we'll be enlightening you guys more on it. So Irene, what's your take on, we know that child molestation has been something that is rampant in our society these days, but parents, adults are scared of this discussion, and I feel we should enlighten them more on it. What's your take on child molestation?
Yes, child molestation, like you said, has started long time ago. And there hasn't been much awareness until about the 20th century. And that was because there were no much awareness about body part autonomy. People felt that traditionally it is prohibited for you to, or it is a taboo to come and say such things out. And also because they were scared of stigmatization, the child, how do I put it now? They were trying to protect the child. Mm-hmm. So people were not really talking much about it. But now there is more awareness. People are beginning to know about it.
Yeah, I feel like people are, the awareness was more on female kids.
Yes, yes.
But now molestation doesn't have to do with female. It doesn't have to do with any gender. Now a male can be molested, a female can also be molested. Yeah. So I feel like we should educate people more on molestation because it happens now in both genders. Yeah.
Okay, I think for me, I would say child molestation is something that's been on for a very long time, and parents have been shying away from the topic. Mm-hmm. It's something most people don't want to talk about, most parents don't want to talk about, but it happens.
It does.
So the more we keep on shying away from this topic, the more it keeps affecting our children. Yeah. I think it's high time we spoke about it. Let everybody know things about it.
Okay.
So at least so that everybody will be very careful about how we take care of our words. Because the true matter is our children, they are like treasure to us. Mm-hmm. So if they are treasure to us, then we should be able to preserve and keep this treasure and make them understand why when some things are happening, they are aware that my mom have told me this, my dad has told me this. We even had about a case of those days about R. Kelly, how he was involved in child molestation. Mm-hmm. And Kelly went to court and he was freed. And his brother called him and told him, Kelly, of a truth, the song you sang really worked for you. God really saved you. I think that was where he sang, "You Saved Me." And his brother told him, God really saved you from this situation. I would suggest, from our suggest you don't allow it to happen next time again. Kelly now said, so I'm digressing a bit. He said, no, God did not save me. He said, my money saved me. Wow. And the case came up again. Mm-hmm. And this time, he was indicted for child molestation, and he currently now is in prison for that. So it has been something that's been happening for long. So I think it's high time we need to teach our children how to prevent this from happening.
One thing about one truth about molestation is it comes from relative. It comes from those that are very close to you.
Yeah.
Those that you least expected it from, and it affects a whole lot. Don't let me say a whole lot, but some kids are actually traumatized from the abuse the molestation, and they are scared of discussing it with their parents. Because normally, as an African parent, there's this thing that you know, kids are naturally scared of their parent because they believe, oh, my mommy will beat me if I say this, she will say I'm lying. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them don't even know how to place it to their parents because the parents are being harsh on the kids. There's a story of a 4-year-old boy. Is it 4, 5, 6, around that range? It was with his uncle and he got molested by his uncle. The parents were like, okay, they should go and meet the uncle and all of that. They were on their way when they called them that another trouble has landed. Though. The uncle has infected the child with HIV. So these days we need to train our kids. We need to we need to say sweet words to them. We need to make them know they are beautiful, they are handsome, they are smart. We just need to give them that self-confidence in them. So when some random person or their uncle or anybody just tell them, you're beautiful, they won't feel special because they'll be like, I look at myself in the mirror, I see a beautiful queen. Yes, I know I'm beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
Even from that, I mean, if an uncle tells her you're beautiful, she said, it's not something new. My mom has told me before. So my parents have informed, they've told me before.
I know I'm beautiful.
So I know I'm beautiful. So it's not something big. And just to add to what you just said now, I think first thing first, I think it's high time parents.
It was a male that was molested in this case, not a female. It was a male.
Of that case as well. But how do we comb this menace of child molestation?
Okay,
how do you think we can?
Yeah. So I was.
And again, another thing I want to know is why is it reoccurring? What is the cause? What actually is the cause?
So for me, just like what you just asked,
because there is a cause. There is actually a cause for this.
It's a problem.
Okay, fine.
Because if you don't know the roots of a problem, it will be difficult for you to solve it.
Okay, let's assume it's a problem that has been there, but I think now we now have to now find a way of preventing it from happening.
I feel like
why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Now, if parents start teaching their children, don't allow any uncle. If any uncle is trying to put his hand in your private parts, or if any uncle, any auntie is trying to put his hand inside your private parts.
No, they don't. No. They don't. You don't know how these people work.
No,
they don't do it just like that. It's just like it starts with
from somewhere.
Friendly hug. It's an harmful hug, Can you hug me? It starts from there.
Yes.
Hi, how are you doing? Have you done your assignment? Let me help you with your assignment. Oh, could you please help me get something over there? Oh, thank you. Can I say thank you by hugging you? It's an harmful hug. I won't hurt you.
Okay.
It starts like that.
Yeah.
It's not so. I feel like these people that do these things. I feel they are mentally unstable.
Yes, talking about being
mentally unstable.
Talking about being mentally unstable. There are people that have this mental illness. I think it's called it's a psychological disorder and is a mental illness called, I think, paraphilic. Yeah, it's a paraphilic disorder medically, but not all child molestation can be traced to that. Okay. Do you understand? But at least a reasonable amount of them is being traced to that. And again, another reason for child molestation is this random circle. It has happened to you before. No proper rehabilitation. No one talks to you to get you out of it. So because of that, you want to also pass it on to others. Do you get it? You want to pass it on to others. So that is another reason why you see this molestation coming up often, because there are some of them that has been molested over time. Now they are coming up, so they feel that okay, it's the way to go. It's the proper way of life. So now they need to also do it to other people. Okay. But if peradventure I was molested and growing up I spoke up, or I got rehabilitated, I got spoken to and talked out of it, then I could have my sanity back. I wouldn't want to pass it on. Okay. So these are some of the reasons.
Okay, just like from what you said, that it starts from somewhere, probably hug and all that. Just like an addict says, now from dance, Now from clapping of hand, they enter dance. So what that implies is now fine after the hugging, we know okay, the uncle comes with an idea of hugging, touching, just playing with the child first before he has a mission. After that, he now goes to wherever he wants to go. So it's better we let the children understand the roots. Fine, after the hugging and the touching and whatever the uncle is doing or the auntie is doing, but we should make our children understand that nobody should go under your pants. No uncle should put his hand.
Sometimes these people even threaten the kids, some kids are fragile. Like even if you tell them, like my own son, if I yell at him, he will just start crying.
Yes.
Some kids are soft like that.
Some kids,
when you just tell
lie
them
on themselves,
yes,
if
now
you frighten them,
so
who stole this? Kids
are funny. Yeah, you see, one thing about these people is that they threaten some of them. You know what? If you tell anybody, I will kill you. Stuffs like that. And they'll be like, I don't want to die. I will not tell anybody. And they will be, they'll be keeping it to themselves.
So this is where the parents now come in now. Now, you let your children understand that if anybody threatens you, any uncle threatens you and do anything bad to you and tells you you're going to die, he's going to beat you, he's going to tell them it's a lie. So it is high time we need to start educating them. Make them understand the consequences that when uncles or aunties try to threaten you with any word, ignore it.
Yes, building confidence.
Build that confidence.
Make the child go.
Once you
make the child.
Mommy have told me this before, that if anybody try to threaten me, I should ignore it. I should come and still tell her.
Let me tell you a personal story. I think I was in GS3 here. I was in GS3. There's this uncle then. He was our father mass teacher, Uncle Sunday. You see this Uncle Sunday, he used to rub everybody's back then. He wants to know those that have started wearing bra. So there was a day he did it to me. I wasn't really good in further maths like that, so I was not passing. And my parents were like, okay, let's help you with a lesson teacher. So they told him to start taking me further maths. He used to come to my house. So later he started all this lesson and all of that after school lesson. So I went there. I think some of my friends were outside. I was in his apartment. This man is married though. If he's seen this video, he will know my name. He will know me. So I was in his apartment that day and he just touched me. He knows my dad is a lawyer and me, I'm my dad's best friend. I would tell my daddy anything. So he just, he touched me in an inappropriate way. And I told him, Uncle Sunday, you are touching me. I will report you to my daddy. Immediately, he begged me. Sorry, I'm sorry, Omolayo. Don't tell your daddy, don't shake it. You understand that kind of thing?
Because you see that simple word of
I told him, I would tell. You know what?
It started was a strong weapon for him.
It started from, you are very mature. You don't talk. You don't talk among your peers. You are very mature. You are smart. You are this. You are that. I was just, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It started from there. When you will give me special treatments among every other person, I'll be like, okay, maybe it's just being nice. Maybe it's just being kind. So that day when he touched me in a way that I did not like, I told him, I said, Uncle Sunday, you are touching me. What are you trying to do? I'll report you to my daddy. Immediately, he begged. He said, I'm sorry, I will not touch you again. And he never did.
That's because you were bold enough to stand up to him and speak to him. But some children, they will be like, this is my teacher, or how can I challenge him? Because that was actually a challenge.
Sorry, I want to get something.
I wasn't good in further maths then.
Did your dad tell you that if anybody touches you?
My dad didn't even teach me anything about that.
The boldness, like
my dad didn't tell me. Nobody taught me anything about molestation.
Are naturally bold.
You need to know the kind of background. I grew up in Surulere. All these face me, I face you houses. So I know what's up. My parents, even when I started my first period, I didn't tell her. I told my dad. My dad was the first person I told that blood is coming out from my bum. I don't know what is happening. He was just smiling and he called my mom. So that's the kind of relationship I have with my dad. But I'm someone that you can't threaten me with anything. Even
for you now, in your own path, you are fortunate. There are some unfortunate children that didn't have that, as in they didn't have that confidence, or they cannot speak up for themselves to challenge someone like your uncle, because this is someone that is high and mighty in front of them. They look
Your
up to
teacher,
them,
you know,
so
they see
you
them
don't
like-
expect them to yell at them in such manner. So it will take another step further for a parent to now, like, okay, build that self-confidence on your child, that you make the child to understand body part boundaries.
Yeah.
There are body part boundaries, and there are autonomy to these body part boundaries. So if anybody touch you in this certain way, it is bad. The person is infringing in your, what do they call it, your privacy. Yes, the person has gone beyond the normal boundary he is supposed to touch, and it is punishable by law. Do you get? And if you cannot tell anybody, peradventure they threaten you, like, if you tell anybody, I will kill you, I will this, I am your mother or I am your father. I should be the person that you should speak with. I should be your number one go-to for anything of such. Do you understand? So by the time you have done that, you would have inculcated such strong arguments on the child's head that, okay, anybody that touch me in this manner, anybody that threatens me, the child might not be able to even open up to even you, the teacher. But the moment the child gets home, because children these days, when they come back from school, as they drop their bag, hey, mommy, come, let me tell you, let's gist.
Yes, now.
If you have created that environment
relationship,
let's gist, don't just limit it to the boy child or the girl child. Because child molestation it goes beyond gender equality
now.
or whatever. It is both boy and
Both
girl, just like the
genders,
story you just put up. Sure, you understand? So if you have built such strong will in them, they'll be able to stand up to anybody. Come, don't touch me here. If you touch me, I will tell my mommy. That alone, you have deterred that person of whatever actions he wants to carry further. But if the child is just there, the child is
Some
not
parents
saying
are
anything,
even nonchalant.
they will start touching you from here to here. Before you know it, they've gotten under the child's pants.
There is a case about this girl. This girl has been telling her mom that, Mom, if Uncle so comes, he used to touch me. Oh, he would just hug me. He would just say, on your kekere. You know, the girl was, and the mom was like, oh, he's just joking with you. He's just joking
That
with
is
you.
ignorance.
If the child, sometimes if the child says, mom, can you come? You know, the mom was extremely nonchalant to the girl. She doesn't want to listen to whatever she's saying. She feels like, leave me alone, I'm busy. Eventually, the guy molested her, clear. And they started looking for him. They went to report the case. They did this, but at the end of the day, the deed has been done. So in some cases, our parents should be available for the kids every
and very
time.
watchful. They should
Be available. There should be little details. You need to pay. If my son tells me, Mommy, someone touched my hair in school, I'll be like, who? How did it happen? What were you guys discussing that made him touch your hair? You know, I already made them understand that your body part is your body part, is your responsibility. It belongs to you and you alone. Don't allow anybody to disrespect your body.
Sometimes child molestation goes beyond touching. It could even be conversation.
Yeah.
There are some conversations you shouldn't have with kids.
With kids.
When you're having those conversations with kids, you are in a way luring them to do something that they are not supposed to do, exposing them to things like X-rated films.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Did you watch the video online about the guy that used his daughter for child pornography?
Wow.
Did you watch the video?
I didn't see that.
The girl is around 3 to 4 years, and I think around last year something, a very small girl. Lagos State government took over the case because they had to check the girl. They had to see if the man has not been molesting his daughter, his 3-year-old daughter. He would wear crop top, short skirts, and all of that, and he would be making funny, wild videos about all of that. Along the line, they discovered that he was using his child for child pornography. You can imagine.
A parent.
Wow. You can imagine. So things are really, really happening these days. And
so that is why we have to check the people that we leave our children with.
Yeah.
See, it happens even right, just like you said, right under the roof. It's happening. Lesson teacher, even pastors. See, the problem is we trust people too much. We
Some
trust
people,
them,
their
and it
mates,
is trust.
their
Trust is one of the
mates,
causes.
Even-
disvirgined them,
even
their
like-
housemates,
Trust is one of the
them.
one of the causes of child molestation. Trust, because you trust this person to a fault. You don't want to believe that, okay, this person can do this to this child. But while you are trusting, yes, it's good to build trust, but then you have to keep your watch, keep close watch, and always at interval interact. With interaction, with vigilance, and all of that, you'll be able to detect. So now my question is, how do you detect molestation in a child? How will you know that this child is being molested?
I think one thing I would say is the parents should be very observant. You look at your children very well.
Because
times-
a
at
child
times
that
they
is
could-
being molested, behavior must change.
The behavior,
Behavioral.
yeah, that's where I'm
Behavioral
going.
change.
You have to be
You will
observant.
notice
Yeah.
If
the
you're not
changes
observant-
in the behavior of the child, the way the child talks, the child will be.
It is either the child start
will
becoming timid.
yeah, you know, that kind of thing. As a parent, you will know. Your parent instincts will tell you something is going on. So you have to sit her down, or if it's a boy, then you have conversations. You see, these kids, they are not fools too. Sometimes they don't want you to be harsh. They just want to have a sweet and simple conversation with you. Then you know what's going on.
And when you now detect that the child is being molested, so what do you do? What should be the next action? Yes, call to action. What should the action now be, as in?
For me, I think after you must have had a conversation with your daughter or your child, and you noticed something like that happened, or she told you it's my uncle that did this, or my aunt, or my teacher, she told you the person that must have done that. I think the next thing is you confront that person, or you go to police to report the issue.
Yeah.
Then before you confront the person, you understand? So once you confront the person is trying to deny, you say the police are aware of it. So no matter any threat you're trying to threaten me or trying to want to go further into it, the police are aware of it already. And
You
maybe
need to
just
take your
call
child to the hospital.
Hospital also.
Yeah, to take care of your child. Then you need to see a counselor.
Yeah.
You need to see someone that can talk to your child, someone that will help her build her self-confidence, someone that will help her discover herself back so she can go back to her normal life. Because these things affect the kids educationally, morally, psychologically. It affects them in all ways of their life. So they need to seek a counselor's help.
Yeah, I think you're
But after
right
counselor,
about
what?
that.
Because I just feel it's not.
Yeah, the person is going to get arrested, obviously, because it's
No,
a crime.
definitely justice.
Yeah,
justice
will
will
take
take
place.
full course on whoever molested a child.
Yeah, the perpetrator.
But the wellness of the child matters. Why justice is being taken its full course on the defaulter. Then the child's wellness. That's when you now start working on the child's wellness.
Yeah.
The safety of the child.
I hope you enjoyed our program. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.